Yo, alright. So a lot of people are asking me how I did my impressions, and I'm gonna show you right now. So what you're gonna need, I don't know if you could read that. You're gonna need a dental impression kit. It's like 25, 30 bucks maybe. And you can get it on Amazon. And it looks like this. So you have a catalyst and you have a base. But this is optional too, but I'm also gonna show how I did my cement model of my teeth, which looks like this. This is a good example of what not to do though, because it's really hard to do when you don't have a vibrating machine to get all the bubbles out of the mixture. If you're not careful, you're gonna get something like this with a lot of bubbles. Like right there, there's a big hole where the cement mixture didn't get into the impression. Like this one right here, on my bottom teeth on the front, you could see that too. And this is the dental cement that I'm talking about. Alright, so before we get started, we gotta make sure that you know what to do. So this is a catalyst and this is a base. You have to mix these two together for about 30 seconds, and then you have to form it to the shape of this tray, and then you bite down. But when you bite down, you wanna make sure that you don't bite at an angle. You wanna make sure that you don't bite like this. You wanna bite straight down. And you also wanna make sure that you bite in the center. Obviously don't bite at the edge or on the inner edge. You want to bite in the middle so you could center it like this. So you're gonna grab your two mixtures and then your tray, and then we're gonna open it. Make sure you wash your hands, and then make sure you brush your teeth and drink mouthwash or whatever. Just rinse your mouth so that you don't have food particles in your mouth, because you don't want the mold to pick it up. So you have your base, and then you have your catalyst, and then you're gonna open this up. Right. And you gotta scoop it all out. You also want to be quick with it so it doesn't dry up. Alright. So look, you have your white mixture. Now you gotta get your pink mixture. And then for 30 seconds, just mix it around. Alright, once you have a solid color like this, yours might be blue, but the ones I ordered on Amazon, I got like a refill of like the extra putties. Just get a solid color like this, and then form it to the shape of the tray. You want to bite in the middle of it, and you also want to bite vertical. Alright, so I'm not gonna lie, this is my third attempt. So what I found works best is, instead of having to cut all of this stuff out to be able to reuse the tray, I just found it easier if you put a latex glove over the tray so that when you go to pull your mold out, it'll slide right off, and it won't like occupy the holes in the tray. Because right now I can't take this out. If I want to reuse the tray, I'd have to use a box cutter to cut open these holes. See right here, I have to cut it open so that I can reuse this tray. I put a latex glove over it, and this will just slides right off. But this is what you're looking for. So in this one, I was gonna use it, but I wasn't happy because it's just a little bit curved. The gum line and everything, it's not as defined. What you're looking for when you do this is a defined gum line. You can clearly see the shape of every tooth. Now I'm not gonna like worry about the last one right here because I'm not gonna use that tooth. I'm not too worried about it. And normally most people get 8 or 10 teeth, and this is like the last tooth. So this is what it's supposed to look like. Alright, for the cement part, this is the at-home way to do it. It's kind of hard to do without a vibrating machine. So this is how I do it. Just grab a little bit of water, and then you get a container, and you pour some of the cement. Alright. And then you get something to mix it with. I'm using a blade. And then you just put the water little by little into the container. This much water, and then you just mix it around. So this consistency right here is not what you want. You want kind of a peanut butter consistency. So just keep adding powder. As you keep adding the powder, it's gonna get thicker and thicker like this. But you just want it a little bit more thicker. So this means we gotta keep adding the powder. All right, after a good mix, your powder should look something like this. It's nice and thick. The most important part, before you pour it into the mold, you wanna make sure that you're slamming it kind of, so that it gets all the way to the bottom. Because if you don't slam it, you're gonna get an unfinished mold where it doesn't reach the cracks. So you gotta mix it real quick, and then you pour it slowly. Can you guys even see that? Yeah. All right. You pour it slowly, one side at a time, like that. You push it in there, and you start slamming it. And this allows all the bubbles to come out. And you just slowly keep adding more. When you have all the teeth filled in, then you can add more to get a good base so that you can grab it when it's done. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more to the top. And since we already took care of the teeth, we can just let this sit on top and it'll dry and form together with the teeth that we just did. And we don't have to shake this to get all the bubbles out. So just, when you have all that done, it should look like this. I just smoothed it out with the blade I have right here. But yeah, make sure you have like a trash bag or something on the floor before you make this mess. So after about an hour, when you let it sit and dry, you take it out carefully. You might even have to carve some of the edges off. You should get your teeth. And this one came out decent, but the only problem is there's like very small bubbles, like right there. And that's where having that vibrating machine that I'm talking about, that's where having that would help get rid of those problems. These are kind of what my teeth look like. Not the best shape. This is what you need to send to your manufacturer or whoever's gonna make your grills. All right, so once you found your manufacturer or whoever you want to make your grills, make sure you send your impression and the cement model, just in case if this breaks, they can use this to remake the cement model, and then they can go ahead and continue. As far as shipping goes, my manufacturer from China used DHL. You just pay for the shipping there and back. They're gonna send you labels to print out. You're gonna have 2 or 3 papers to print out. They have to be taped onto this box. You have to call someone from DHL to come pick up the package. It's gonna go over to them. They make the grills, they send it back. It gets delivered by DHL, and you open it, and then your grills. So yeah.